This is Consumer Focus on CBT News.
Hi everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick with CBT News. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today we've got a special guest in our studio, Mr. Faiz Aly, who is a YouTuber and a huge tech junkie, if you will, a contributor on YouTube to talk a lot about different technology that's out there. He reviews different items. One of the items is his brand new Tesla that we're going to talk to him today about. There's many car dealers out there that obviously are following Tesla, following what Elon Musk is doing, and wondering why he's so successful at this. And we want to talk to Faiz today about his purchase experience, how it started out, where he had to go to get the car, how he paid for the car, how he traded his vehicle in, and what the ownership has been since he's owned the car. So Faiz Aly, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here in the studio.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we found you on YouTube because you do a great job out there with your videos, and one of the items that you have covered in its entirety is your new Tesla. So congratulations on your new car.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's take me back to when you decided, okay, I'm gonna look at a Tesla seriously to acquire that car.
Yeah.
What were you driving previous?
So I was driving a Mercedes GLE.
Okay.
And I love SUVs, so I knew I wanted an SUV to be my next vehicle as well. And I'm a huge Tesla fan, so it's only natural for me to move on to a Tesla.
Sure. And why are you a Tesla fan?
I like, for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons, obviously, the environment. That's the first thing I should say.
Okay.
But I love the fact that the hardware and software integration is so neat. Because you look at, for example, the iPhone, right? The way you get the software upgrades and the way you get new features without buying an all-new product is something I really like.
Sure.
And obviously, with the electric vehicle incentive right there is with the performance and also the great drive that you get.
Right.
So for all these reasons, be it the upgraded features you get, the great hardware, the great software, the environment, all of those things is what attracted me to Tesla.
Right. Okay, so now you decide you want to get a Tesla. What is your next step? Just to go online, to visit one of their showrooms? Walk me through that.
Yeah, so I've always, over the past few years, I've always went to their showrooms and I really liked checking out their cool cars and the color options that they have. But at the end of the day, I got on my phone, and that's ultimately where I made the purchase, or the pre-order, I should say.
On your phone?
On my phone,
okay.
Yeah. So I literally went on their website. The moment the pre-order started for the new Model X, I went on, I put my deposit down, and that's, and I chose the custom options that I wanted and went from there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And how long did that whole process take you? How long were you on your phone ordering your new car?
So within minutes, like 2 minutes, and I was done. Because I knew exactly what options I wanted.
Right.
And with Tesla, it's either you get this or you get this. There's not a ton of other things that you can add on.
Right.
So I knew exactly what color I wanted, how many seats I wanted, the wheels I wanted.
Sure.
I just clicked, yes to all those things, and then boom, it asked me for my, deposit, and I went from there.
Okay. And prior to that, did you do any reviews on the vehicle? I mean, how did you know that it was a Tesla that you wanted?
So I'll be very honest, I've always wanted an electric vehicle.
Okay.
I had driven a Model 3 way in the past, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was buttery smooth, super fast.
Sure.
And I loved how, it was kind of for the future with the software updates and stuff like that. So I was very, attracted to Tesla's ecosystem when it came to its vehicles. And I also like what, Elon Musk as a CEO does with the company and what his goals are for the company. So those were the main reasons. And obviously, I think they look really nice. But obviously, it's the performance and the drive that truly attracts me.
Sure. Now, there's a lot of EVs on the market, as you know, out there. Every manufacturer is building EVs, and it looks like in the next 5 or 10 years, we'll probably be in an all-EV environment through all of the different OEMs and manufacturers that are out there. Did you give them a consideration at all, the other manufacturers that are building EVs? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did. I mean, in fact, one of my friends got the Audi e-tron.
Okay.
Fantastic car. In fact, I think I'll probably be reviewing that next. But it's a beautiful car, and I like what they do with it.
Sure.
But at the same time, with Tesla's software updates, the fact that you can literally update your car, get new features that never came with the car in the first place.
Right.
It's really nice, and I also like the fact that I think Tesla's updating their Model X after 6-7 years, and it's still minor updates. It's not like an all new redesign.
Sure.
So even if 5-6 years down the road, if I'm in my car, I won't feel like, man, there was a better Tesla out there. I should have just waited for that new updated model.
Sure.
So I like that. I like the fact that they design a car.
Give me an
for the
example
future.
of one of the updates that you found interesting. And
Yeah. So when I first got the Model X, some of my friends were sitting in the back seat, and there's that rear, air control screen. And they said it's nice, but I wish there was an auto mode where it would kind of detect the climate outside and our preferences and kind of adjust the climate based on that.
Right, which it does in the front seat.
It does in the front seat.
Okay.
But it doesn't in the back, so I was like, man, I wish we had that. But literally last week there was a software update, and I got a notification on my phone that there's a software update available. If you click update, you can't use your car for 30 minutes, but it'll give you new features and stuff. So, I clicked the update button, and one of the features I received was that rear auto control for the AC and stuff.
Sure. Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just that through an upgrade. You don't have to visit a dealership or anything.
Not at all. Yep.
So there's been some stories out there that, in fact, some that we've covered here at CBT News about the service of a Tesla not being, what consumers have expected from Tesla. I know you've had the car just a short while, so you probably haven't had the need to get it serviced. But what have they told you about service? Do you need to bring it in every 3,600 miles, and you don't need an oil filter? That's for sure.
You see, that's what amazed me because with driving a Benz before, and just the luxury car market in general, or any car market, you have to literally keep going to the dealership, right, for oil changes, or filtrations, or whatever it may be. But with this, I asked them before I headed out, so when am I going to see you guys? And they said literally, after a couple of years for the air filtration.
A couple of years.
Couple of years, yeah.
Wow.
So they said it's like 1 to 2 for a Model 3 or a Y. For the X and the S, it's like 2 to 3. And the car will notify you when you reach that
or
point.
Maybe even drive itself there.
Probably. So that was very interesting. They said obviously tire rotations, you can even get that done in your own separate way through a third party. So I mean, it's incredible what they do.
So you decide that you're going to go on your phone and order the vehicle, and you've ordered it, and it took, to your point, just minutes to do that. You enjoyed that experience? There were no problems in that at all? No hiccups at all? Not
at all, because I mean it worked through Apple Pay. So luckily I had my credit card information, everything already stored on my phone. So what's cool is that when it asked for the deposit, I just double clicked my phone and it processed immediately. So it was the quickest transaction, and it's like for a car. So I was like, did I literally just put a deposit down for a car? So it was a really cool experience. I'd never done that before, so it was nice. Very
nice. So on the Mercedes, now you're still driving the Mercedes until the Tesla comes in. And you want to use, obviously, the funds from the Mercedes. Does Tesla take trade-ins? How does the trade-in work?
They take trade-ins. What they told me is that it's better if I go through third party because it's better now. The offers that they give you.
So some other company. Just go to one of the other people.
And they named a couple. One of them was Kelley Blue Book, and one was Carvana. So Carvana is actually the one that I ended up going through because even that wasn't all digital experience. So I got on my phone, I put down my VIN number, all the information they were asking for the Mercedes, and it gave me a quote. And I went through some other dealerships too, Mercedes dealerships, to see what they were offering. And
did you do that virtually, or did you take the car in?
I took the car in to a couple places, and they gave me a quote that was lower than what Carvana was offering me. So I said yes to Carvana, and they literally came to my place, picked it up, gave me the check, and that was it. It was seamless.
That was nice. Nice and convenient. So here you are now with the new Tesla. You happy with it?
I love it. It's a beautiful car.
That's incredible. What do you like most about it?
I love the performance. Friends like the Falcon Wing doors, obviously, but I like the performance, and I like the way it has a very buttery, smooth drive, which I really appreciate.
Do you get a lot of people that ask you, because it's a Tesla, how do you like the car? What was the experience like? And if so, what do you tell them?
I tell them it's a beautiful car. It's fantastic, and if you're someone who wants a nice drive, a smooth drive, definitely go for it. There are some learning curves to it as well, so I do tell people that, hey, listen, when you get in this, you will have to adjust to a few things. But
the gas there's no gas, but the pedal, the acceleration is a little bit different,
It's different, and especially with the new redesigned Model X interior, like there's no gear shifters, so you have to rely on the touchscreen to reverse and go forward. You also don't have like a stock for the blinkers, so you have to do it all through the steering wheel. So it's stuff like that.
Just a little bit of an adjustment period. So how long did you wait for the vehicles? I understand you waited a little while for the car.
So I ordered it in January, towards end of January, early February of 2021. And I literally received it just a few weeks ago. August 5th is when I got it.
And how did you get it? How did they
Yeah, so I was on the Tesla app, and
Okay.
they sent me a notification.
Okay.
Saying, hey, your car is heading towards delivery now, and where would you like it picked up? So they gave me a few different options, and I picked the nearest one to me, which was the Roswell Service Center.
Okay.
And
Roswell, Georgia.
Yep. And I picked the date, the time, and everything, and that's literally when I showed up.
Wow.
And when I got there, I actually, they tell you to go on the app, say that you're here, and then someone will come and help you out. So it was really cool. Yeah.
So, and then how long were you there taking delivery of the vehicle?
I think I was out in maybe 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20
wow.
minutes.
Did they do like a full orientation of the car?
Oh, yeah,
or
absolutely.
They do? Okay, in
They
that
were
20
very,
minutes.
they answered all the questions I had. They were
Right.
showing a lot of cool features that I didn't even know about.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yep.
So do you think now they've got you as a Tesla driver for forever, or what?
I think so. I think so. I'm not going to lie. Their competition is also going up, so that I see amazing EVs, right?
Right.
But as far as what I really like about Tesla and what they stand for,
Yeah.
and my experience so far, they've definitely got me.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. So what do you think, do you think that the experience, if the experience wasn't that great for you, but you loved the car, would you continue to be a Tesla customer, or do you think the experience had a lot to do with it? The purchase experience, the trade-in,
Right.
picking the vehicle up seemed very, very easy.
I think both. I
Okay.
think even if the experience was, like I said, seamless for me, and that helped my I guess satisfaction.
Sure.
But I think what at the end of the day, it's you get the car. How do you like it on a daily basis?
Right.
So even if the the result of how I got the car wasn't that great, liking the car now is my biggest thing. So,
yeah. So talk to me about charging. A lot of consumers out there are concerned, about the range anxiety that we hear so much about. Were
Right.
you concerned about that? And if you are, what's your feeling on that?
So I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm concerned, because I think the Model X gives me around 320-ish miles of range.
Okay.
However, they do recommend that you only charge up to 90%. So in that, it
Oh.
gives me around 300 miles.
Okay.
So I don't get range anxiety. When I did get the car for the first few days, whenever I'd see a single mile go down, I was like, oh,
You were
okay.
watching, going, yeah.
I was watching. Now I don't. I prefer not to watch.
Sure.
Almost because I know that, okay, if I'm going to go from here to there, I know how many miles that is.
Right.
So it's almost calculated now.
Okay.
And the car does a great job recommending routes where there are chargers and
Okay.
best ways to save on range and stuff like that. So it's no longer an issue.
Sure. And if you use the car and you need to stop and get a charge,
Yeah.
Is there a wait to get the charge? You find like you pull up and there's 7 other Teslas in line, or what?
So I haven't faced that yet.
Okay.
Wherever I've gone, usually I've found a charging spot.
Okay.
And usually what happens is that it tells me there's X amount of chargers in the area. So even if, let's say, I go to a certain designated area and they're all taken, I'll
Right.
go to another spot, and they're usually just like a minute or so away.
Okay.
So I haven't faced that issue just yet.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. Congratulations on your
Thank
new
you.
car.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much for coming to our studios
Absolutely.
to talk
Thank
to
you
us
for
about
having me.
this. There's a lot of dealers out there that want to learn more about Tesla and the delivery, and it's always great having an actual consumer. And in your case, you're kind of an auto enthusiast out there with your YouTube channel and such. So thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in and sharing some of your thoughts on this.
Thank
Really
you so much.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks for watching Consumer Focus on CBT News.